Chat, let's get involved here. Big game. Big game. Nav, where's the spread? Navi on defense, Gentlemates on attack. We got nothing too crazy gun-wise. Sangoto with the 2 months. Thank you so much, man.
At the same time, they were
Respect, Sanga. Thank you very much, man. I appreciate you doing that.
Like you said,
Angel Masterclass, maybe. I think they just need 1 map and then they're back. I agree with what Doombro said on Plat Chat. And they get that 1 map. Not sure.
They still believe.
Heretics comp, playing like Heretics, relying on the camera. Gentlemates play the same comp, know that they're always going to have this camera, so they insta-go hunt it and break it and create pressure in middle. Why is this camera so good? So you can spot people's feet over towards middle, so you don't have to worry about mid. It's a nice reaction pushing down towards A. Oh, that's a weird move from Takas, no? Wait, that's a weird way to handle this.
The trade though from the tank is even better. And well, one thing there's always been a piece of this.
Yeah, and the tank managed to save them for this.
30 seconds, a complete reposition.
Yeah, and they go to the other side. Absolute nightmare for Shao.
Although they're going to take their time rotating back, there should be a realization relatively soon. Bayaz already tagged up, so definitely an opportunity for Shao. A reveal and a shock dart left. Eventually,
Mellow,
it's going to be probably the plant now that actually gives things away.
Is that how I say that?
Have a lot
2
of
months with the prime. Thank you so much. I'm just going to call you Mel. Or Mellow. Maybe Mellow.
That's quite a run.
Thank you, Mellow.
At least no one lurking around to take him down up close. Standard B main post plant from mates. Bay has low opportunity. The recon from Shao could maybe get the information he needs.
Melon? Nah, we don't.
Quite spread out.
We're not allowed to talk about Melon rounds yet.
That's going to run
until we
down
see
a
it.
lot of this clock. Be blessed if he could get it to half, but Bayaz is the one watching that. Here comes the reveal. Player behind is low, and he has a shock dart, but going for the half. Sticking it. He's got it halfway. Now he can try to take the fight, force them into open combat. But
hey, very nice, especially to Natank here. I mean, winning the double duel over towards A was everything.
But he's on the board, 1-0.
I like the reaction from Navi,
I think it's going to be
and I like the pistol from Gentlemates. Just instantly finding that camera just creates a lot of pressure and kind of making it harder on Navi.
At times, I think we can say that they've looked impressive. Like even in series, I talked about last week, they won Icebox when facing up against Heretics. That's a huge victory. They beat Koi, who've had a massive resurgence. Even 13-1'd GX on the first map of the split, and then lost the series.
Light
and
armor,
been the thing. It's
Sheriff,
almost like split
Ghost.
personalities.
That's an overbuy.
Like this team sometimes can look unstoppable.
So we'll see if they decide to get an outlaw for any of this. They got a new recon. The recon that actually goes towards the back instead of the one that goes close. Camera, everyone with this camera does a trap play.
A chance for Zipan to do some serious damage. Actually, Bayaz is tagged as well. But they are just going to opt to pivot and move away from this.
And it's a perfect call.
Yeah, I like this from Whalers though. He's taken so much space. Did they expect him? Probably not.
Pushed up on A, already getting them a little bit of control. Whalers lurk, catching massive value. 2 quick kills, and that should put this one to bed. A Bulldog saved by Zipan. Picked up. Now he'll try to use it to thin out the economy of mates.
Realistically, throwing it outside of the map might be the play, but
to go down, and we'll get an upgrade if they find the kill, pincering him as well.
He needs to get 2 to get the guns out of there. Yeah, because now this guy can just pick up the gun and then they save them all.
The Bulldog too. That is a solid second round from Gentlemates.
Yeah, not bad. Keeping it nice and clean.
Keep all the guns.
Going down either,
let's see if they buy an outlaw.
The most important piece of these sort of rounds, especially when you have a couple of pistols. Even better than that, the tank has managed to get the Hunter's Fury online, so that's going to be a huge piece to the puzzle now going into their bonus round. And the thing is, it doesn't even look that much like a bonus. You're talking about 5 rifles, an ultimate, plenty of utility to play with, and your opponents, well, I guess the only deterrent there is you have a Bulldog instead of a Vandal.
Small disadvantage, but even then, depends on whose hands it's in. Those
okay, well, we get no outlaw, but they have the ult to make sure that they can snowball this, so we'll see how heavy they rely on it. Drone is pretty scary at the moment. Surely you don't use a drone to clear mid when you got ult. Had your recon.
The space taken in some of these rounds from mates has relied on causing those over-rotations in the early
Oblowski,
rounds.
thank you so much for the 19 months, man. Appreciate that.
They won't get away with it quite as easily this time, though. NAVI much more content to hold their choke points, and, well, Sugetsu's the first to draw blood.
Yeah, kind of hated how Gentlemates approached this one, not gonna lie to you.
We haven't seen the Sugetsu of old. Like, this was a guy that was absolutely tearing up EMEA and the international stage at times. I still remember his arrival.
Gorilla on top, dude. He was he made an
a
appearance
pretty
here
big deal.
yesterday.
Ended up with the trophy. The fact is, it hasn't been the same player. But if he can get back even close to where he was before, I think this series will be theirs. And that stands for a lot of players within this team. Angel, aggressive, no surprises there. The smokes will be gone, but
I mean, Ardis can definitely win this one.
25 seconds left.
Do they think that one person was holding down A? But if they got all of this control, you should imagine there's someone. Well, that is an incredible play on this one. Cage up, they get the orb, they ult, they see the guy over towards side. Gonna get the plant with this. No way. No way, bro. Oh no, man. This is a disaster from NAVI. Holy, they played it well though, chat. They played it well. The cage to pick up the orb, then get the ult, then when they realized where they all were, they could instantly play 10 seconds. Again, I didn't like their overall plan. This mid-round was sick. Shout out to Whalers, to be honest. The cage orb ult was sick.
It's a huge round from Kada, but again, you have to look at NAVI and go...
Okay, the vibes are good as well. Vibes are good. Can't be saying the same for NAVI on this one. Kadavra did unbelievably well. Oh boy.
Unlikely to be dispensing around like this. Lots of weaknesses for the defensive side. Pistols, Stinger in the hands of Ardis. Gentlemates, they might look like they're taking a bit more of a direct approach
if NAVI actually lose this,
we definitely have Whalers and Kadavra still
I feel like this whole split 2 needs to be studied.
The aggression that comes out of NAVI, and it's very important to do this in the early rounds, just to keep NAVI in a position where they don't feel like they can get aggressive. Even their A hold, which is the most advanced piece of information they have, sees Angel put down a one-way, but then play way back. Obviously, they've only got pistols, as like we said last round.
Potato feet. Hello, mate. Thank you for the prime. Thank you for the 11 months.
Now that you don't have them, you kind of have to just deny space and
thank you so much for that.
Concede it when it's challenged until you've got the numbers. For all their trouble, they've got the numbers on B. They're ready for this push.
Trip causing maybe a little bit more trouble than they'd be hoping for, and Sugetsu is going to manage one. The pop flash, not bad, but it doesn't catch everybody. Sugetsu still making this one that little bit more costly, and now has Angel to support. Again, though, with him so desperately low on HP, there'd need to be more of a mistake. And in this 1v2 scenario, he's going to need some pretty immediate shots. So he's going to use the ult. I don't mind it. Neural theft will at least give him a gap. Try and take a little bit of extra space.
They think he's backside because of where he used the ult. Now, though, they're starting to realize the timing's good for him to wrap. Spotted at 26 HP. He's lucky to still be alive. His luck has run out in the end.
Gentlemans going to be happy with that one. Got the ult out of him as well.
A lights out start to their pick of Sunset. The question is, in this buy round, do we see NAVI
26 HP, 1v2 ult.
Oh, they need to.
Like, what is that, though? What is that from the tank?
I think the way
That's
they've
crazy.
been going, again, they could have easily had a round on the board already if it wasn't for the heroics of Kadavra. And with how important this game is, like, again, we've got to highlight
that's an early timeout. What a nightmare.
They win this game, they are in
Ivy is so
even
sleepy with the 2 months. Thank you for the tier 1, Ivy. Appreciate you doing that. Thank you so much for the support.
But just a victory, nothing else, no other permutations. They don't need anything else from the remaining teams this tournament. All they need to do is win by any means possible. For Gentlemates, it's not quite the same story. They do need that victory, don't get me wrong. They need to get that
There's
onto
a
the board,
general shift of side favors and maps
need
at the moment.
KC to win
I
the
think
next
Lotus
one.
has shifted
And then
a
you
little
also have
bit.
Liquid in the mix.
Did a lot of
hoping
good
that
defense.
Vitality win that next game,
honestly,
and then they'll be through instead.
Lotus is very
Definitely
comp
a little bit more
dependent.
confusing. If you're
And
an
I would
Navi
say the
fan,
same
very
for
simple. Win game
Sunset, but I still
in
believe
playoff.
Sunset's pretty heavy
Don't
attack
win
sided.
game out. For mates, don't win game out still applies. The thing is, though, at 4-0 up, Gentlemates looking
Gavinki,
solid.
thank you so much for doing that as well,
Still
dude.
got
Appreciate the
that
200
line
bits.
again.
Thank you so much for that.
It, haven't utilized it. Some of the other ultimates are starting to build up.
Ivy, don't say that. Don't do the sideshow.
But more importantly for the
Sideshow's a
mates,
bad influence. That's the
same can be
proof
said
right
for
there.
Takas.
Yeah, and I think one of the key things is the fact that NAVI, they come into this buy round, their economy's on the line, they're 4-0 down, looking at a few more rounds going their opponent's way, and they don't have that ult economy.
Okay, another buy round for NAVI. They bought into it, they can't buy the next one, they had a timeout. Gentlemates have an ult. I didn't like how they used their drone for the other buy rounds, but they still have it. 8 cage over towards middle, but they should know that the camera's still here. But this at least blocks. Oh, what is that? I don't think you can see over the top of the cage, but maybe. Okay, they go for a punish over towards middle once they realize people are taking middle. Yeah, I mean, the Omen can just TP out of here. Whalers wins the duel top mid.
Zipan gets dropped. This is a failure of an early fight for NAVI, and Gentlemates read that with the advantage, group up, and hit the A side together. All 5 in that choke point now.
Yeah, and there's not really any information. Angel seems aware that they could have wrapped back around and no presence shown in mid since.
Oh, it's a great knife.
Could be good. That knife is going to get so much. 4 players. This is everything for NAVI. They know, but it doesn't matter.
Come on, man.
Just going to hit the shot anyway, and now,
you cannot be hitting a knife there with 4 solo walking to the site. There's no way that's your decision.
Alongside Xiao, Paranoia is going to slow them at least a little bit, but again, it doesn't matter. It's just disjointed. Finally, we see something from the side of NAVI, but it's left all onto Xiao. Finally,
oh my god, I want to delete this round from my memory. I want to delete this round from my memory. Holy hell.
Already the dart will reveal. No, it won't.
Like 4 misplays in the space of 10 seconds. Oh, what a shot, bro. Oh, okay. I want to remember that bit. I want to delete the first 10 seconds and just remember that bit. That was sick. Nice shot.
Now put some respect on this man's name. What an incredible way to put a round on the board for NAVI. You know, I said
it's a big round, man. You got to get a little bit motivated after that, surely.
Stupid me. I forgot they have this guy. I forgot he was there. Absolutely unreal. And it starts here, even on the way to the site.
Dude, I can't believe how...
It feels like there's a disconnect. Angel's putting
Dude, but it looked like everyone was disconnected. It looked like Gentlemates were disconnected as well.
To react, but he's busy. They're not on the same page. But when this man's all alone, my goodness, he pulls this out of nowhere. You just witnessed his first kill so far.
His first kill, his second kill, his third kill, and his fourth kill.
They got a... Chat, it's a big one. Oh boy, they go fast with it. There's 4 people that can't buy next if NAVI loses, so it would be 6-1, you would imagine. We have 4 ults for Gentlemates. They instantly get over towards the A site. If they get onto site and they use KO ult, and then they can delay it again with a knife, you would imagine that NAVI can't retake this.
They fall back, but you know, the thing is they've got some ultimates of their own. Mates have built up.
When does the ult get popped? Knife just went in now.
Hunter's Fury still there.
It literally all down to the KO ult.
Ready to counter out a lot of the utility on the way back through.
There we go.
There
I think it's done.
It's called now, and this is going to delay Hunter's Fury even thrown through, and that's what I'm talking about. Those little choke points, narrow passageways. Hunter's Fury lights it right up. 3 players ready to swing. Cat is the point of contact up top. He's already seen a few.
Yeah, and all he has to do is just delay for another 6 seconds, and he's got a knife.
Close spam battles. It leaves Cat a little worse for wear.
Good after
palm
positions as well.
By NAVI. They need to wrestle for control, and there's too many players. Angel all alone. 1 versus 3, time ticking quite far in the big swing, even the wall banks to take him down.
That was a good understanding of how big this round was from Gentlemates. They used all of their ults into it, apart from the Cypher ult, NAVI down to an eco. Really low eco. Everyone's sitting around 2,100.
Scenario for NAVI winning a round and then losing 1 straight back, and for Mates, I like it. Just a complete change of pace. Like, up until this point,
Gentlemates played it nicely. Oh, they played it really nice.
Passive rounds
this was everything perfect.
You've had the sort of double look of Cadaver and then
like after pumps were good, ult usage was good.
This time they just send
good understanding of how important this round was. Swings off each other were really nice.
A multiple take of just the pace of Takaz and then that immediate.
Oh my god, we're popping ults into ecos.
Same going to be the case here.
I don't mind about the NAVI. I don't mind about the Neon ult, but the Sova ult on top of it, double ult for the eco. The good reaction from Gentlemates to 3 to firing line, right? 3 of them.
Their ultimate on Neon, run into a site, take the space, force them back. Here on the defense, they try to do the same, backing it up with a Hunter's Fury, but it's blind. And there weren't players there. The players shot on B main were too far away to be connected on. Now, what's the late round plan? Weak weapons. Not a lot you can really do when it comes down to open duels, and that's all that's left to play with at this point. Takas even has a flash in there. It almost caught Xiao, who has managed to recover a Guardian. He did just have his 4K, but not even one to add to the tally here. The flash saving Takas.
Gentlemate's kind of...
Like, there's two players through the walls that have just been tagged.
They need to not overstep
it's
too much, yeah.
meaningless.
Looking at the low
might
HPs.
help Angel get a kill.
Or one in the low HPs to
I'll
do
be
too
honest,
much.
I don't think Angel's getting a kill.
Hey, that's very nice, man. Everyone's surviving. Yeah, it's like the most perfect round they could possibly have got. The tank used his ult into the round before. He's 2 away.
Giving one round to NAVI, like you said, Tom, just destroying
NAVI, bro, NAVI
their
at
economy,
disadvantage.
their win
Like,
bonus gone,
it
and
looks
for
like...
mates, this could not have started any better. They have
I mean,
had
I'll
hot
be honest,
starts
it
to
looks like
series and
ranked.
ended up losing them, so there'll be no getting carried away with themselves just yet, but it's got to feel good to be on the mate side right now.
The worry as well is, well, when we saw NAVI play this map last, it was their attack where they managed 1 round versus Heretics. They started on that half. Just, they didn't.
It wasn't like a 4-round kind of, okay.
No, yeah, they played the 12. And it is going from bad to worse. You could see that this is, again, they're just this snowball team, mates. The second they get confident,
it's just a 50-50
they
duel, and
I
think that is the big talking point. Like, Gentlemates, like that, if we just do a pure confidence level right now, I mean, Gentlemates will be up here, NAVI will be in the
He's died
absolute
a lot
pits.
in the early stages of these rounds.
Yeah, he really hasn't been a factor to be feared by mates. Just something that feels like they've got under control.
How did NAVI fall this hard? Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. It needs to be studied.
For mates, a lot of information given to their opponents there. 2 players, both
Yeah,
initiators,
it just feels like
give away that they were planning on
morale-wise,
making it, but
mental-wise,
taking
they
the
are
reset late.
defeated.
Rotation from NAVI, 3rd player, Xiao, now arriving on scene, but he'll be watching out on middle, keeping that control. I think the lack of a trap this round really hurt them, but how Kata was able to walk through that smoke for the opening pick confuses me, confounds me, that's for sure. Smoke down on B, they'll try to play the fake like this, but I don't know that NAVI are going to move.
It's very disjointed, that's my only worry. All the players
The
are
one-person
almost
fake
staggered
over
at this
towards
point.
B.
They
They have this
smoked them out
trip
the back
up.
of the site. I guess
They
that's
don't
the
need to rotate.
saving grace is they're sat quite far back. They'll be able
10
to get
seconds
a plant
left.
without actually having to
Get a
fight
plant. I
anybody.
like this from Bayaz. No
So
over
that's at least
steps.
something. Bayaz,
Yeah,
somewhat
buy some
isolated here. He's gonna
time for
lose
your
that
team. You
initial
could maybe
battle.
spam
The
off of
tank
that.
also goes down. One of the best opportunities for NAVI since
Look at him
Xiao
there.
pulled off an absurd clutch.
I'll be good for 2 here, though, right?
This has been spotted. I don't know if they know the position
yeah, look at
of
it, it's done.
Kadavra just yet, and he's managed to swing in, but getting onto this defuse, impossible. It will be a 2nd round for NAVI. And well, mates,
I mean,
I
shout
guess
out
for
to
this very
Xiao
slow
getting this
play,
trade
we're
over
maybe
towards
finally
mid or
punished.
made
Yeah, no, they absolutely
the
were. I
mid-round
think as
from
well,
Gentlemates
it's
a
very
little bit
slow
harder.
play, and when they finally decide to strike,
was Xiao,
when
right?
the
Yeah.
swings come in towards the spawn, they lose the first duel. This one, and there happens to be a reveal
Overcooked.
thrown in
Gentlemates,
by Xiao.
a little bit, yeah.
And it
The
makes it
mid-rounding
easiest
idea
kill
wasn't great here.
for, I think it was
I like
Artis
this
who
trip
picked that one
just
up. 6
got him
to 2.
everything.
All right, NAVI back on the board, but we saw that they got around and they fell right
Why
after.
did they
It
go
was
for
Gentlemates
saves
coming out
there?
with a
I think
much
no
more
matter
punchy
what, they
early
probably would have
round
been dead.
that got
I would
them
have
back on
liked
the
them to
board.
smoke the
See if
one way
they
off
can
and
do
try
it
and do
again.
some more
Hunter's Fury
damage.
back
I
online for the
agree with you,
tank.
but
He's been playing incredibly well. I would say a lot of it is, again, just that firepower that he brings seemingly to any agent. You put him on a Sage, he's still going to frag. Put him on that Raze, Neon, you name it. He's still going to be up there on the board. I guess similarly to Xiao.
They pressure
You
over
could put
towards
that
B
man on
main.
anything. I think that's one of the more
we
fun
still got
things
this
about
camera
this
that has
matchup.
full
The rest of the players,
info over towards
maybe
middle.
even across the entire
At the
game,
moment, this is good
be
for
a little
NAVI.
bit less consistent. I'd also put Kadavra in there, actually, for what we've seen from him so far in his first split.
Yeah,
in the league.
Angel needs to be
He's
careful
definitely
because they
looked
got
good.
server ult, so it doesn't
Drone,
want to be seen by
clear
it.
out some of these closer corners.
That
Again, the
incredible
knives from
knife
Artis have
hits
been good.
for everyone but
They've got a
Wailers.
lot of information off the back of it. I did not expect him to get 2 there.
He's done his job. He's got his 2. Zipan's even in for 1. Oh, no, he's not. The tank's left on 37 HP. An easy cleanup, but Whaler's given a chance to clutch this one out. They might just do it
Why
again.
are we playing like that?
6 and 2, looking to put 7 on the board, and only Sagetsu stands in their way. A trap that's going to reveal his position. No,
Wait,
he
jumps
over,
it?
but the
Did he
sound was
hear?
heard. Whalers knows that his opponent is just around that corner, biding his time for the strike, and there it is! But a few bullets, 1 bullet shy, in fact. Just 5 HP. But it's enough for NAVI to take it across the line. A lifeline gifted here.
Keith, we believe.
Again, it just seems like in these advantageous
Wait,
scenarios.
keep the good hit.
Na'Vi just take the riskiest thing they could possibly do. It's like, it seemed like a position where if Angel stays passive, this round is done, but instead he swings and tries to fight when his teammate is nowhere to be seen. It's a huge gamble. Luckily, Sugetsu's been there to close out the round. Even still, though, again, they're not keeping any of these particularly clean. A win for mates here would still send the economy of Na'Vi back into turmoil. Even still, though, ult-wise, again, that Hunter's Fury is available, and it looks like we might see them just try and take some early presence.
Not in for it after
they have
that.
been denied.
You sure knife it
again,
too.
The knife's connected.
Where's the actual money? I mean, it's still not great. Like, one loss would make them eco. Their loss bonus is so high that these two are fine, so...
They move up, creep into A main. Players holding mid as well. The B side, you know, this is where we see Navi take a bit more control. They've even put a recon through, which I think was almost a ruse to get Angel to pop someone's head, but no one's there. Navi have that read. They know the space on B is open.
A lot of the times when you do this kind of setup, don't actually play anyone's side. They might not know Zipan's here.
Still a trip. Oh, they just walked past it. Again, it's
On a
Zipan
tank
lost.
is just
His early fights have been
mastermind.
massively unsuccessful.
Good omen
Now
flash.
utility has
Wow,
expanded.
man.
Sugetsu
But
tries
it's
to
just
get
like
ahead
he's
of
going
it
in on his
instead, is
own.
lost,
You
and
don't want to try.
This was caught with an 8-out. Eventually he goes down. It took a little bit longer than expected. But again, fighting back into this is going to be desperate. I think both players have been spotted. Xiao trying to reclaim some space, but this afterplant is a solid one. He's going to do a little bit of tickle damage to Takas, but not anything to really make him fret. The second he goes to swing, there's a multi-swing from the other side. It leaves Angel to try and do it all. He's hoping that they all peak at once, but it isn't going to be the case.
He does need to save, really, because these three are so wrecked money-wise. 1-9 on top of it. Why,
Even hunting him down. By the looks of it, Takas wants to take that weapon out of his hands, and he's done it too. Insult to injury. Mates back on the board,
they never play
extending
together,
that lead, a
Navi.
4-round gap,
Like
and we're coming
ever.
towards the end of the half.
It looks like if I got 4 of us
Their ult
from
economy
chat,
not online.
and we
Their
tried to, like,
credit economy not there either. It's going to be a
retake
sloppy
together.
second
We'd
last
never
round,
played
and
together
they have
before.
to decide whether they want to keep it all for the next. Not a nice position to be in. And while this was a round they really wanted.
Like, why is there...
I think we are seeing the difference.
Why is it so
Mates
individual?
moving as a unit and Na'Vi trying to fight them as individuals.
Like it's their moment.
Yeah, it's the first.
No,
pick
it
from
is
Zipan
what they're
solo.
saying. It is the most
Sugetsu does
individual
exactly the same
game
thing. Then
I've seen
Odyssey's
for a
pulled
long,
with an
long
nade,
time.
has to pull back.
And
It's
it's
like
not
those
like...
first 3 kills
Like,
for
I
mates are
criticized
going,
Loud a
okay,
little
well, we're
bit
gonna
for
swing
this
you
and being
together,
like they're not
and you're gonna try
together.
and fight us
They were
alone.
more together than
Again,
this.
no surprise, the knife is hit.
This is one of the
Pretty much
worst, like,
everyone. It's
basing
crazy
I've
'cause
seen
Na'Vi
for
are basically getting that in for
ages.
every round. It's like there are 4 on A. It hasn't helped.
Everyone's just sending it solo.
Especially mates showing in the first couple rounds, the conditioning of being able to take the space and then hit the other side. It's always risky to overcommit it. Navi will do that this time, though. They'll put all their eggs in one basket, at least most of them. 4 players here, and it seems to only be Zipan that's needed. A lights-out start from this man. He's retreated to the spawn, and Cat has taken the space
There's
to
some
find
guns
one
here,
more
though.
kill.
Shaw's
The first
sending it.
mates, and the second it follows through. They're not all going into the smoke one at a time.
That
They
won't be
are,
wanting
but
into
it's worked
smoke.
out. Zipan found that kill, and he can thank his lucky stars, or this one might have went the other way. But now it's a clutch attempt for Natank. 1 versus 3. Zipan might be low, but the others aren't, and Angels recovered a rifle. A tough one with 40 seconds on the clock.
He's been good. I don't know if he's been this good.
Yeah, I mean, this is too much.
Time definitely playing a factor. Oh, Angel looking the wrong way. That's a first. Zipan low and still hasn't managed to
Getsu should have the
retrieve
kill.
himself a gun. The timing of the player behind those
Yeah, there we
should
go.
be easy
I mean,
enough
shout out
pull off
to
that kill,
Zipan
and more
here.
importantly,
Lovely
get them
shots.
the pay save card thrifty. Also, before this point, Zipan only had 2 kills, and he's just got 3 with the sheriff.
Little
This was
confidence
nuts.
building. First is easy enough. The second is a hell of a correction, especially when it's Takas on the other side.
I also hate that. I have to. The fact that he ran back into the smoke afterwards, it gave me.
It's tactical
gave me a
Tom.
mini panic attack. Oh,
You know,
I tell you what,
he has
though.
to reload eventually. If he's
He
killed
can
enough of your
easily win half
teammates,
with 4.
if only there was like a
Good
sound
chance.
it makes us.
I think they could have had way
Well, you
more.
know,
but
as Neon, it's not like you could get in there quickly to punish it or anything.
No.
You have to go now, right? You got to get ahead of it.
Speaking of going now,
Yeah, right in. Takas Activated the ult. Fast lanes up to give them a bit more space on the side. Hunter's Fury again. Thrown
you hear
through
the
his
trip?
crowd control to clear some of these angles, but Sagetsu's filled back in the space. He's inside the smoke, still looking for a fight while the rest of the team has fallen back. He's in danger.
Yeah, I mean, he got over towards the side though. No one back his side.
Hunter's Fury available for Xiao.
Dude, they just left the spike in. Yeah, they're just waiting for him to overstep right now.
Lined up like a firing squad, looking to just play that post plant the second it can go in. Already going to be the trade. Hunter's Fury will catch one, a chance for a little bit more.
Insane damage from Xiao on this. It's just 3 and 3. There's still 50 seconds.
Running it down all the way back in the other direction.
But obviously with Sagetsu's ult, they knew exactly that all three were over towards here.
Make them believe that somebody's there. I have a feeling they will not fall for that one.
Thought about it being a mid play. Now the sound cues are there, given away. Quicker rotation coming out of Xiao. He's going to be here. The smoke has delayed them and given him a chance. Using his own smoke and fighting behind it. Beautiful play from Angel, but on the other side of the map, it's been left wide open and Cat has strolled into the house. The open door taken and the tank is on his way to
now we
plant
have
that
no
spike.
idea. This is still a very doable round for Gentlemen.
His flank should be expected, and at this point they might even plant for.
Good news is they have camera to check if they get close to market. We might even see this guy Heaven.
10 seconds left.
It's how far he
Will
goes.
he beat it, but
It seems like they're aware of it though. A couple of players waiting on the other side. Timing going to be everything. It's Sugetsu that ends up going down. This time, Angel peeks and decides to give it up. Paranoia hasn't connected. And they are completely isolated. A chance to get those 1v1s,
nicely done, dude.
but it isn't going to work out.
Five is fine.
Angel will be the one closing
5
out
is
the
fine.
round.
Shout out to some of the
From a
individuals because they
pretty bleak
really
scenario. You know
really
what?
stepped up in
Navi
some of these
have made it
rounds.
competitive.
Xiao had one, Zipan had
Marcus
one.
was sweating at 6-2.
Artist kind of had one over towards
two-round gap, 7-5.
here as well.
Perfectly
see it.
manageable.
Yeah. No, yeah, there's definitely some sweat on the brow.
It's been tough for NAVI, but what a recovery. This puts them back in the game. Puts the pistol round back as a valuable one, but one that you can let slip and still have the foundations to fall back into. Happy to see this face.
This is where the game truly gets interesting though, because the one real critique, well, no, actually no, not one. We had a lot.
Xiao having impact rounds, yeah, and he had good impact on this one as well, right?
There was so many advantages that they lost that, again, you go back to split one and you're just not seeing. I think even talking about, I think it was one of the maps they had versus Koi.
The 5, yeah. With how they played some of those rounds, I would take 5 all day long. No pistol, 5.
Over peaks and with advantages.
I think that's the thing though, like the individuals are insane on this team, but we saw there like some of the decisions, like 2v2s,
we saw in the interview with Angel,
3v3s, etc. Like that one kill that
for the side of
you need to play with your team is just an individual swing.
Definitely slipped towards the
for
end
3
of that
times
half,
at least. Okay, Gentlemate's doing Gentlemate's doing what Navi wanted to do. Camera to spot middle again. They want to try punish anyone that's going for the camera. That's why they got 2 people in market, because everyone knows that this camera is the one.
Facing in. Good spam. Great connection. Artist is down to 13. Spike on its way. And post plan here for Navi should be secured now. We saw. I didn't see that.
Yeah, but how did that? But to be fair though, the curved wall kind of wrecked him a little bit. Let him off at that one.
I want to see them fighting together, taking these duels as a unit and towards.
Omen flash into recon. Flash deep. Oh yeah, we cut to him late. He was fully flashed.
But they have managed to drop Zip. I'm not aware. There's so many other players here, and it seems like a flurry of frags will close this one. Bayaz with it all to do and no chances. 6 to 7.
1-1 for pistols.
NAVI hot on the heels of Gentlemates now, despite a slow start to the map.
Yeah, you can see that they're clearly wanting to try and get up in the faces of Gentlemates, wanting to make sure they can get those advantages and also just fight more so in one direction, because there was a quick rotation back from the side of mates, but once they lost their own spawn, then it becomes so difficult. And yeah,
nah, I can't desk. This next week is madness, man.
Numbers in terms of kills lower than what we
try and
expect
keep
from
a
Artist.
goodish
But his assists,
schedule.
Said, he's got so
Next
much
like 10 days are
information
pretty
off that
insane.
night all the way through the first half. And a solid flash to kick things off. That's the more important thing, especially with Zipan being that duelist. We know from, well, I think the Paddy Miniboo probably still my favorite.
4 guns, 1 person that can search a little bit.
Setups. If they can replicate
They
that,
buy a bit too much into this, so again, it could be a similar thing with a Outlaw.
I can't wait to see Paddy and
Gonna watch Paddy the APAC playoffs? Oh, for sure, man.
no doubt in the VCT.
Sure,
they should
for
be
sure.
queuing up, honestly.
Yeah, oh, they should.
Oh,
Yeah,
going to be
I'm so excited for that Talon game.
Give it 2 weeks.
Woot might have have something to say about that.
A little tag going through from Zipan, softening up Bayaz. Most of the Gentlemates players don't have anything to work with, no shields, a few
Scooby-Doo,
pistols.
yeah.
Yep.
Check out Scooby-Doo's got.
Tasted blood. It was Zipan, dropped the man who had the bulldog and wanted to get a little bit aggressive. Now they fall back to the main play.
Am I a believer in him?
He's juggled the gun all the way back.
Okay.
There's no
So
doubt
they've
he's
been
an
able to
incredible
retrieve
player.
it, and now Angel has it in his hands. That's a
The
good
only
teammate
question in
right
my
there.
mind is he going to be
Making
nervous?
sure they
That's
have
it.
the guns, but anything more is costly. And while anything more than this is starting to get dangerous. Now already. This was
Well,
4
you hate to
rifles
see it.
invested. They've already
But
lost
here we are.
one. The question is, do they lose the round? The spam's going to make things awkward, but they're keeping their advantages. And to get to a good teammate moments
I mean,
ago,
this was nice though.
now
Yeah,
he's
this was
gonna
much
clean up
better.
every single kill.
At least we were all
Big round
together,
for
we're
him
spamming nice and
to move up that
early, we know
scoreboard,
that they're
but more
trying to
importantly,
get good
it puts
util.
NAVI level.
Yeah, what? He went from juggling to carrying. Beautiful round from him.
Peak
7 to
Sunset
7,
gameplay,
tied up
yeah.
neck and neck. Gentlemates full buy, no heavy shields, but doesn't seem
There we
to
go,
be any outlaw enjoyers. What a good guy.
His best highlight of the round,
What?
other than this.
Best part is he keeps the bulldog for himself. Leaves the guardian there for his buddy. I respect it. I think it was what, Angel only had a pistol at the initial.
There's any game to be
initial
nervous
fight.
for, it's that one. Yeah, I mean, it is that.
Losses not really felt.
can-
The cleanup in the
you can
last
definitely
one,
be
Mace,
nervous
as I
for your
said, they've got
first
the
game
rifles
being
out. This is their
the
chance
whole
on the
year of the
defensive
team
side.
you've
And we saw an
joined
attempt at some
Berlin
aggression, but
against a
smokes
team
up
that
from
looks
both
really good
sides.
right now.
Seem to have deterred it. Mates resetting. They haven't got a lot of mid control towards the top
Oh.
of mid, but Natank
Yeah,
is
I wouldn't be
watching the
surprised
door.
if the new
Little
guy
off
for
angle,
Talon
and
is
if
nervous.
Navi go too far,
Imagine he's
might be a
not
free
though.
kill.
It's very interesting to me that you've got Zipan,
That'd be cool.
the one without a gun in this round. So he's going to be playing the Ghost. I can only assume that means they're almost going to just send him in. Yeah, it's literally, he's going to try and swing every single angle, and then the only goal is for him to be traded. If he gets a kill, fantastic, but chances are slim. I will say again, nobody having the false shields on the other side means that Ghost a little bit more prominent. Look at a headshot, body shot.
Nice from Navi. Take early control.
But as said,
We
his
have the
only real
smoke
goal
to
is
make
to
sure
get
that this
traded.
drone isn't going to get traded.
Yeah, we want to see how this
Right, no
Neon
one's going to push this smoke
grows
as you're
into the
droning.
second half, because the first
Question
half,
mark over
it
towards
didn't
here,
work.
question
Defensive
mark over
aggression was
towards
punished time
side.
and time again.
But I think
The utility
Gentleman's have a
didn't really
good
get
idea, because
to
why
where
would
they
you
needed to
smoke
be, and
this
it
if you
felt
actually
like for
wanted to
opening
take
duels.
this?
I don't know what the numbers are, but I don't think they're great.
I mean,
for
honestly,
Zipan.
it kind of makes sense because
This is
no,
the
it's
round
fine,
where he
it's fine.
pops off. This is the round where a
Because
teammate
you can
trades,
take
as
side
said,
and you
but
don't want people
let's see
to
if they
sting
get
you
the
anyway.
opportunity. Whalers up close, great damage
That's
done
fine.
by Zipan. Makes it doable. Artis on for 2, and Navi up on the board, it seems. Natank tagged very low, and 3 players holding him on the fight. Good trade by Kata. Makes it doable. It's a 1v2 for him, a manageable scenario. Paranoia not going to be thrown through. and
I
that's
mean,
his
sick
mistake.
round from Artis here.
Swinging in,
Got
and I
some
think it
really
might have
important
even been
duels.
chunked in the
Bonus?
last second, but yeah, it didn't catch
There's
the right
old
corner. That
Navi
angle was
winning a
open.
pistol
It's
and then a bonus.
Yeah, I think he was hoping that the other
Might be the
player
first
would
time they've done this
defending
for,
the planter
actually that's a
instead.
lie.
Xiao
They
was
did do it once
much
last
further
week.
forward. But this is exactly it. Zipan did his job, got the info, and then we're starting to see again,
definitely not
those
as regular
individual
as their
plays
80% or
from
whatever it
players
used to
like
be.
Artis
70%, 80%.
put himself further up onto the board.
Okay.
Incredible insight, honestly. The thing is, what you don't know is that's actually part of their plan. So what he does is he has different sounds that he makes. That means that. So that actually means that in next round they're going to go for more of a default, spread out, and then they're going to end up hitting towards the A side. So whenever Angel goes,
you're certain. Okay.
That means they're going to hit A. Just so I'd let you know.
I mean, it's
I
a
have
very
the inside info.
It's a very common thing, right? We hear quarterbacks will often call.
I mean, Navi's
Eagle
back.
5, Eagle 5. You know, he's just cutting out the middleman.
It's theirs to lose. They're on the easier side. They got money diff. They're going to be one of the first to get their ults.
When he screams what again? I didn't catch that.
That.
Oh, right, yeah. Okay.
I think I'm being censored.
I think we don't have a beep button here. That'll be good. Well, 8-7 and a timeout for Gentlemates. It's far from over, but 3 in a row to their opponents. Navi picking up some steam. Now 5 rounds in a row total, but we're looking just this half. And putting Mates down to pistols. That's a good opportunity for Navi to extend that lead. Probably looking at 9-7, but Mates, they're a team that can definitely, they don't pull any punches when the Sheriffs
Something that's been hurting Navi a little bit is getting
someone
eco'd.
like Zipan, half his kills were in 1 round with the Sheriff, which is sad to say. Sad to see, sad to say. Both. An early push, and it's Takas drop. Zipan looking for more, doubling up perhaps, but Kata manages to
He wanted to
evade
send
with some
it.
tricky maneuvers. Although he's not going to get too far. Stuck on the A
Yeah,
side.
this
Here
is
comes the cavalry
much
straight
better
around the
though.
corner for easy
Love that he
kills.
didn't send
Well,
it,
Zipan must
waiting
have
for
heard
his
me,
team.
'cause then half his kills were from the Sheriff. That
Not
stat
getting
no
any
longer
code
holds
today.
any water. He's now got 9 kills on the board, and looks like NAVI might just follow suit with 9 rounds.
Yeah, I can't see a world where
Facing his back.
get back
Yeah, it
into
wasn't
this
this
one.
one.
the big thing will be that economy boost.
One enemy remains.
Also more of a confidence boost. As said, Zipan's gone from what,
Oh.
2 and 10, a nice shot from the tank. I heard a couple of people calling for the ace. Well, there is still one on. A little bit tougher to hit.
It might be harder to land this ace, yeah. I'm not going to get behind it just yet. The
How many
tank with
more?
a
How many
Sheriff.
more does he need for you to
2.
believe?
If he gets 2, I'm in. 100%. All right,
Okay.
well, that seems to be a little easy. Let's see the next one. They're double swinging out
Nice
on mid. He's
damage.
hit him to 1 HP.
Uh-oh.
It's getting a, how's he got a rifle? How's he got a
I was
rifle?
gonna say, how's he allowed to do all of
I think
this?
Shao was lining up the greatest shot dart of all time and then just went, he is looking at me. He's looking at me.
That was
I'm in
insane.
danger. Well, 9
did
rounds
good
secured,
damage.
and, well, Zipan had one hell of a round. He might have been denied the ace, but that's 4 kills to bring him up to 10. A very slow start to this map for not just NAVI, but for Zipan in particular. And as
It's
soon
2
as
and
we
10.
bring it up,
Enemy
the guy pops off.
2 and 10. He then got 3 kills with the Sheriff. 4 kills with this one. Yeah, I like how he carried on lining up. He was like, nah, I believe in my
Oh, he's
shot
peeking me.
dart.
I'll have a bounce.
Hold on, guys, hold on.
That'll get him. That'll teach him.
Okay, money is crazy good.
Ace start again.
I mean, they could have
Confidence is
evened that. No one.
definitely
Actually,
building.
let's lie. They could have evened it out a
The
little
thing
bit.
is, has it gone too far? Like, Zipan has just walked straight up into top mid. He's gonna try
Like
and fake
this, fake
out
pressure
and
over
then
towards
go
middle,
back in
block
the other
vision,
direction. Bear in
all the
mind,
way
only
through as
player
well. That kind of block
really
vision,
holding in
multiple
this
areas.
position.
And Ardis gets the
Well, I was
entry
gonna
as
say
well.
is
Dude, this is a
Wailers
sick
and
round
the
from
tank, but,
Navi.
well, oh, sorry, Cadavra. But Cadavra's just fallen back and Wailers has gone down.
Yeah, now they're very much boxed in.
Yeah, they created so much pressure over towards
Locked
middle.
out
Like, they could have inserted
Gentlemates.
anyone.
Back
Like,
to a 2-2 split.
all
Zipan
of these
awaiting
positions,
the entry
really.
and market, and he's popping off. This man has warmed up, that's for sure. Looking for a 10th
what a sick round
now,
to
and
bring
his
this one
2K
out.
might
This was really,
secure it.
really cool.
The other players running for the hills even after the trade. It's just not worth competing for. NAVI, they found double digits. What a course correction this has been. Correct me if I'm wrong, Tom. I feel like I'm delusional. It was 6-2 to Gentlemates
Yeah.
at one point. They were winning every duel. It didn't look like they could make a mistake. Shao had a 4K, and that was one of the only, 1v4, sorry, 4K, and it was one of the only signs of life of this roster. What has happened? Who are these people?
It's like someone whispered in their ear that, hey, you know, the single elimination.
6-1. Yeah, it is peak.
Can't
It was
play
6-1.
Heretics this time. They're like, oh, I'm in. All right, well, I'm back in the server again. It's very peculiar. It's like it took them to the
Gentleman's
brink
got
of
rid of the
death
sage.
to
Yeah, I don't
finally
know why they
realize
did that.
who they are,
Maybe they felt like they were getting
the
too
trophy
readable,
that
but
they have in their
I'm really
cabinet
surprised that
back
they
home and
changed
where they need
away
to be.
from the
It has
sage
been
against
7 rounds
Heretics.
in a row
That was
now.
a weird one.
Mates have- I
Okay,
don't even think
let's
they've
see what they got
close
on this one though,
to a
because
lot of these
Omen is
rounds.
about to
This
send
has
it
just
over
been
towards middle.
Navi running riot. And well, every
All
single
in
player
back
is on the board as well.
on the
Like
set
this is
defensive
something
aggro
that
strats.
You go back to any of the last
And I
4
guess it's
scratch
Flash
5
into
games,
Neon, and then
and this has
Omen
never
goes
been the case
close,
at all.
then
Now,
Orbs,
we
and they
often
go
talk
send.
about A or B aggression
sorry,
early, but
flashes,
this time
and
I
they
want to
send.
look at the lance between. Take a look at mid, early push from Cadavra. They use
Yeah, they're
player
trying to
attack
make it
further
look
back
like
to
just
take
their
that
normal
space
A
to
push.
cover the mid push,
But
and
actually,
Kata
this
TPs
guy
in,
gets
spike
close and spots the
right in
spike.
front of him. It's
That's
there.
weird.
Oh, you've been done, Tom. But it's right there, right in front of him. And a chance now to lock this down. The flash, though, they're
Oh,
ready
the
for it,
flash
and
hit the
punish.
bottom of the stairs,
Navi
but he was so
reading
sure
what
it was
could
going
have
to
been
get
a
him.
massive
It's a
trap
nice
play.
reclear from Navi, though. It was so on
Instead,
top of the fact that
the
they pushed
punish
over
is
towards
there,
middle.
mates.
Maybe it was
One
a
man
plan. They
less.
put the spike there to trick.
Ah, yeah. It's like bait. You put cheese out
See,
for
what
a
you
mouse.
didn't realize is
You put
Navi
spike
back.
out for
It's
a
been a
mouse.
very good attack side.
And that's how he
The-
calls
Their
that
defense
one.
really worried me,
Artist,
but
another kill on the board. Oh, okay. I was gonna say
It's really
it's
what
been
happens when a
individual
compliment-
peaks, but that one's worked out. Payas gets a double, has support this time, but the spike has been retrieved. They don't really need to beat this. They definitely don't now. Sugetsu, he's gonna be the
nicely
bodyguard.
held from
And he's
Sugetsu.
gonna defend.
Yeah,
leaving
everyone's
just one
here,
man
man.
standing. It looked like for a
Everyone's
second
here doing
mates
their
were gonna be
job.
back, but Sugetsu, he's the one to respond.
Navi
I
handled
feel like
this
I'm watching
really
the
well.
last fight in a
Really,
season
really
of
well.
Yu-Gi-Oh! Like there were so many trap cards put down by mates there, and just as they flip them over, it looks like the game is won.
I see,
Counter.
it was a plan. I told you.
Philly Dilly with the 25 months, man. It's a long time, dude. Appreciate all of that. Thank you for the support, man.
I'm the Oracle.
You've been rubbing that head of yours, haven't you, Tom? You're getting visions again.
Someone has to.
We'll get you sorted after this one, Tom. There's plenty of fans in the
8 rounds in a row.
And they're actually on for it.
I mean, I do not envy the coaching staff of Gentlemates now, and we talked about morale being so high in those first 10 rounds.
Haven't won a map for like, what, 3 weeks? 4 weeks?
Starting to understand how NAVI feel. 8 losses in a row. Time to get back on that horse, though. 4 ultimates, rifles, economy's still there. It's not the end of the world.
So it was 6-1, right? Because then they got 2 rounds in a row. Because they only got 5 in the first half, so it's actually worse.
Boss man, you think you messed up your job interview, how to cope? That's fine. You'll have plenty more of job interviews in life.
I don't want to say they ran out of steam, but it more so seems like just the Navi players started hitting, and all of them at once. As said,
it's just practice,
a bit of a cursed storyline for Mates if that's the team they've
And you'll probably always think you did worse than you actually did as well.
Angel said in the interview earlier with Yinsu that all they really need is that combo breaker, that map, that win. He says it's not about confidence, it's not about their practices.
They got a lot of ults.
They just need to get over the line. I'm on 2 rounds away from doing it on their opponent's map choice. Ascent up next is a map I'm sure they'll still be very happy to play in well. There's definitely no lack of confidence on Zipper.
I mean, it's a really good fake right now.
There are 4 players.
Look at them, we got 4 of them here.
The rest of NAVI are not even on this side of the map.
Yeah, they just commit 2 people. They've both been seen over towards here still. I mean, I like this from Gentlemates. They know something's off a little bit. Big Jewel at middle, big Jewel on A.
And that's going to be the site completely open.
Artis hears every. I mean, Artis wins this round.
Players in B main, players pushed up A. They've lost sight of 1 spot on the map. Look at where Artis has nestled his way into it.
Not sure we need to be aggro playing like this, but
instead traded out for this fight.
We're trying to force for a one-way from
One man might have
Gentlemates.
fallen, but Angel's still up close. Kata does his best to root him out of spot. Okay, a chance perhaps. Still, the number's not with them, but the info certainly is. The neural theft, giving it all over to Whalers and Kadavra. Have to try to take these fights though. The time ticking down. A flash popped and a swing is good. 3 kills for Kata. He needs the ace to get this one across the line, and it's a big round for Gentlemates. A much-needed win. A swing on the back. Zipman's avoided him, but caught the bullet to the head. Now up close. The time, the major factor, and he's tried to fake it. The fact that Artis doesn't go straight forward, he might have won it already.
No matter what, he's a good nade as well. Dude, Navi have some sick rounds at the moment.
5 chances to put their first map win of the season on the board to break a massive, a monumental loss streak for this squad. This could be the combo breaker that puts Navi back on the map.
I love the way that Artis plays that at the end. You might be thinking like, oh, he doesn't have his gun out, but he's literally lining up a fragment, so there is just no time. Like, there was nothing Kata could do from that point onwards because he held that piece of utility. And yeah, Kadavra does an incredible job to make that one competitive. But now a 7
5 of them, 5 chances to do this, and I mean, they've just been looking so dominant every single attack round at the moment. Do I prefer this format, or do I like Last Chance Qualifier? I'm not the biggest fan of Last Chance Qualifier, man. It's insane for viewers, it's insane for teams, because you still have some kind of belief. The storylines are incredible, like we just look at Crew from last year. Like, Last Chance Qualifier is arguably the best tournament other than the Masters and the Champs. Like, it's so hype.
Edging out of victory.
So I'm the biggest fan of Last Chance Qualifier. I think it's a thing to watch.
They need to do it 4 more times.
And the fact that you're, even though you mess up a whole split, you still have like, even though it's a gauntlet, you still have like a, still have belief.
Sometimes you'll see this when there's rolling thunders, even maybe a Hunter's Fury to deny plant and try to fight on the back of the ult. They don't have that on Mates. The only ultimate there is for Takas, and I'm not sure that's going to help a ton. Paranoia used already by NAVI. Some utility expanded in the fight, trying to isolate Zagetsu.
I really think it comes back next year.
But he falls back with the pressure, ends up taking a duel on mid, and now they can reset.
Oh, they're in such a good position.
Strong post plant on B. It's very hard to deny, and a late flank always in the back of your mind with Zagetsu lurking around.
But they know he's middle because he ulted this ball, so they should be expecting him to be here. Like, Taka should be turning. Guys, he ulted the body.
Taka still hasn't turned. The tank is trying to defend.
Think about where the body is.
The fact is they're so focused on just trying to clear that man out, and in the meantime, they're getting picked apart. It's left on to Whalers. His time
Hey,
to
dude,
try and
what
ace
a
it. It will
impressive
not be
attack
the
half.
case.
They had a lot of
10
new strats.
rounds in a row for NAVI.
Yeah, they were selling
And a
fakes
10
everywhere with
map streak broken.
either sending people in or
Long last,
the
NAVI taste victory,
neon
and it's
wall.
Gentlemate's map pick that they pick up.